So I have here with me LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell, who made the trip out here to the start line at Baker to Vegas to lead the last race of the day.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And last but not least, I am hearing rumors that your teams are going to be possibly the winners. Is that true?
You know what? We're hoping that everything works out as well as it can, that nobody gets hurt along the way, but I know they've put a tremendous amount of work and dedication and commitment into being as good as they can be, and I'm very optimistic that we're going to come in first.
It was really, really great to see you out here. I saw the wind blowing a bunch of papers around, and you and Sheriff Luna went out there to pick up what was flying around in the wind gusts. That is some good stuff for morale to see you picking up papers on the ground.
I was afraid not to. Those were Pete Demetriou's papers, and they were part of his master plan book, and they were going all over the desert. Yep.
Oh my God.
All the secrets to Baker to Vegas were on there, so we went out and retrieved them, and it worked out well.
If that would have happened earlier, the whole race would have been up in smoke, huh?
That was the extent of my race.
Oh my goodness gracious. Can you imagine? I think I caught that on camera actually, because the camera was rolling during the time all those papers flew away.
Heads up. Well, don't worry about it. I know the speed's cold.
This is another epic moment in Baker to Vegas history. I have never seen a mini tornado go through the start line. And as you said, if this had happened a couple hours ago, I would have had a real problem, because all of a sudden my briefing book, briefing papers, and all the team logs and everything else, well, they'd be somewhere around Baker right now.
Well, chasing papers, right, instead of criminals.
I will not, trust me, at the finish line, there will be no such tornadoes. Not at 3 a.m. or not at 1 a.m. when I actually get out there.
Oh, that's great. Now, Jim, have you, Chief McDonnell, have you run this race yourself?
I have not run it. No, I come out here many, many years to support, but not at the level that many of these folks are at. What Pete just talked about is paperwork flying. It shows you that in any business, the paperwork, nobody likes it, but it's important.
Nobody likes the paperwork. But in this case, it would have been a disaster for the race had his binder flown all over the place at the start. Like, we had some wind this morning, but not like this.
Oh, no. The anemometer on the weather station we set up here showed a gust at 39 miles an hour.
30, yeah, I saw. I remember. I think I still have a sandcastle in my ear somewhere from that wind gust. But Chief McDonnell, it is so good to see you out here, and you're in your casual clothes, and you're just coming to support your team. Now, are you part of the training? Do you watch how they train for this race all year?
I've been to not all year. I've been to a couple of the final training runs that they've done, and very, very impressive. And you know, the dedication. They have families and all the commitments that go along with that, and they have full-time plus jobs, and they still find the time to train enough to be as competitive as they are. So, an inspiration to all of us. I take my hat off to all of them and wish everybody a good and safe race today. If I could just take a second, because Pete won't say anything, but Pete Demetriou has been doing this for 35 years and makes it real special every year for everybody. Pete was awarded this past week the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Radio and Television News Association. That is the umbrella organization for everybody that you see on TV or radio doing news. And for Pete to be able to be recognized that way, it is so fitting. We're so happy. We were cheering it on when he was awarded the recognition. Pete is an icon in the business, and while he'll never say anything about himself, I just wanted to thank you, Pete, for your friendship for so many years and your professionalism.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Really wonderful for you to put this on the record. Pete has just been doing this for so long. To him, it's just second nature. And it is amazing how he just is able to do it on 1 hour sleep like he's doing it today.
That's kind of how he lives his life, though, on 1 hour of sleep. If there's been a story in the past 40 years in L.A., Pete's there. And he's there before some of the first responders are there, so I don't know how he does it, but a true professional.
I heard your comments on KNX. I was following that, and I thought it was just wonderful. I actually told Pete, I said, I don't think you're going to be able to get to your award show now because your head is going to be so big it's not going to fit through the door.
Oh, God.
We're going to talk to Pete in just a minute, but first, more from the chief of the LAPD, who's known him for a long time, Jim McDonnell.
I think back to a time where I'm standing at a command post for a demonstration that was about to kick off. I'm watching, and Pete pulls up in a white Bronco and gets out and goes to the back, and we're just sitting. And he puts on a ballistic helmet and then a ballistic vest. And then he gets his tape recorder under his arm and his notepad, and he walks over to the command post. And I'm looking around. I don't have a helmet on or anything, and I'm thinking maybe Pete knows something the rest of us don't know here. But he was ready for whatever was going to happen, and he was going to get the story and report it as fully as it could be reported for the public that he loves so much. And I look at Pete, and it's been one thing like that after another over many years, where he's immersed in getting the story in a way that others can't. When I think of Pete, it's a giant of a man with a heart of gold who gets out there and cares about the people who are impacted by the story, whether they're police officers, firefighters, or the public. What about the victims? He will always follow up with those kind of questions. And I look at him as kind of a treasure of Los Angeles, if you will. And I think if you were to ask Pete, he thinks he's got another 50 years to go. So he's probably going to consider this the Midlife Achievement Award. So he's had a good first run, and he's going to give it his best in the final innings as well.
You are the official chief right now, but I also know Charlie Beck has made some very kind comments, probably because he misfired the starting gun. But I don't... Maybe he felt he owed him one, because he made the team late. 5 seconds was it? No, I'm just kidding. What other chiefs have you had out here?
We have had chiefs from 20 to 30 different agencies.
For LAPD, though.
Not only from LAPD, probably at least 10 deputy chiefs, assistant chiefs, and all of them. Dominic Troy was out here previously, and of course Charlie Beck. And again, it's the type of thing that the LAPD believes in their people, and when they have something like this, where there's such a focus on mission, there's such a focus.
You're allowed.
I'm allowed to
on 1 hour's sleep.
On 1 hour's of sleep, but literally, it is the idea that they are so proud of these people for what they do, and they push to an extreme, and at the same time, they've never lost the fact that it's fun, and that's what it's really all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And running through Death Valley.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much symbolism to
Yeah.
that. When you're a police officer, you're running through Death Valley on your job all day long, chasing criminals. And so this is kind of like a decompression, right?
Yeah.
You get to decompress and still run through Death Valley, but you get to do it in the beautiful setting of the Mojave Desert.
The training for this all year long is really something that helps, really helps people decompress. It's a very stressful job, and to be able to do things in a very positive way that end up making you healthier, and at the same time a healthy competition among organizations, that's really what this is all about.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful to see all these teams. This is my first time covering all the teams, a full day at Baker to Vegas. And I mean, if you have any opinions about this race, unless you've been here and seen it yourself and have really observed it as a journalist, you're nothing but an armchair quarterback.